I remember standing in the mirror after about 2 months on TRT thinking, what's going on here? Why isn't this working for me? I still had belly fat. I still didn't have that much energy. I was still tired. My sleep was still garbage. I wasn't eating properly. So what was the problem? I started to think that I was broken. Maybe TRT wasn't gonna work for me. But here's the thing. I wasn't broken. You're not broken either, but you're probably doing things wrong. Here's the problem. I just read through some studies and they show that 1 in 3 guys that go on TRT don't even feel anything. The other half of them kind of get a little more libido boost, but they don't lose belly fat. They don't get rid of their inflammation. They don't sleep any better. They're still stressed out and their cortisol's through the roof. So what's the sense in going TRT if you're not gonna change your habits and your discipline? Because you gotta remember, that's on you. And I mean, once I took full responsibility and realized that, TRT, it's not gonna be the be all end all and fix anything. But if I do pair it with some other things, it can really accelerate your health and make you feel like $1,000,000. And I mean, you guys hear me all the time. I feel great now, but I've changed and fixed a lot of things, and you can too. So what do I want you to do? If you're on TRT now and you haven't changed anything else, this is what I need you to do. The first thing, I always talk about this. I love weight training. It's near and dear to my heart. I've been doing it forever. I think every person on the planet should weight train unless you have a job where you do a lot of physical labor. This is the amazing thing about right now is we're learning so much about the science. Peter Attia, Andrew Huberman, all of these guys, even a lot of girls, women, they're talking about muscle is like a huge organ in your body. It shuttles glucose in and out where it's needed. I mean, it's amazing how muscle is tied into longevity. And so you absolutely need muscle. But what's the worst thing about men over 40? They're losing their muscle. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. So that's the first thing. You gotta get the muscle dialed in and start working out. We're men. We wanna be big. We wanna be strong. We wanna protect our women. We wanna protect somebody out on the street if they need it, a child. And I mean, I've seen these videos. One of these, they actually interviewed a pedophile and they said, what was one of the deterrents if you were looking for a child to steal? And the guy said he would look for a weak father, somebody who he knew wasn't going to hurt him or do something to him or attack him. That's what he would look for. So we want to be strong men. This is what the world maybe is missing more of. We've become weak, we've become sedentary, and that is not a good thing. So you gotta first start working on the muscle. Second thing I want you to do, you gotta start walking. You gotta move. This 10,000 steps a day, that's no joke. People, they come up with that because nobody does anything anymore. I have this Whoop thing. If you rely on your job or, walking around, walking into work, coming from your car to home, you're not gonna get any steps. You're gonna get 1,000 or 2,000 steps, maybe 3,000. You need to purposely walk. We don't walk anymore because we get in our car. You get out, you ride the escalator when you're at the mall or in the airport, they got those pedways. Listen, I realize people need to get to the gates fast, but everybody's just standing on these things. They're not walking. We don't move anymore. It's ridiculous. And you need to start walking. Walking is like a superpower. And forget about interval walking where you add in a little bit of HIIT training with the walking. That can just accelerate your results. But nobody wants to do anything nowadays. It's ridiculous. And you have to. So build muscle. Number 2, start walking. Get the 10,000 steps in and start working it up for there. It just takes a couple of walks. Do it with your wife. Do it with a buddy. There's all kinds of different ways to get that cardiovascular and get your body moving. Start using the muscles that you have. You were meant to. They're meant to move your body. So you gotta start using them. Number 3, time-restricted eating, fasting, whatever you wanna call it. When you go to bed at night and you sleep for your 4 or 5 hours or 6 hours, you're poor sleep because your cortisol's through the roof, you're worried about having a heart attack because you're overweight and you're sitting around doing nothing. I want you to start restricting your eating. And this is just normal. We didn't eat from morning till the time we went to bed now. And I mean, these food companies, they got the snacks, right? So you're supposed to have something between breakfast and lunch. No, forget about the snacks. I quit eating all those snack bars. And I'm not saying that I won't have a snack from time to time. A lot of that stuff's delicious. It's hard for me to resist it, even though I'm trying. But if you're going to be healthy and be in shape, you're not gonna wake up in the morning and start stuffing your face and stop before you go to bed. The later you eat, it just disrupts your sleep. I want you to just try the 16 and 8. It's simple. Eat for 8 hours, don't eat for 16. However you make that work in your lifestyle, I don't care, just make it happen, because you're never gonna be healthy if you're eating from morning till night. The next thing is sleep, and I'm still struggling with this one, but I am making my way forward. I used to work a lot of nights in the oil field, and I would pride myself. I didn't realize how important sleep was. I would pride myself on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. I'd go to sleep at 6 in the morning. I'd get up at like 10 or 11. Go to the gym. The guys would be like, do you ever sleep? No, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Dumbest thing I ever could have did. Sleep is so important for everything. Reset your circadian rhythm, get out, get the morning sun in your eyes, try and set up a bedtime routine so you get that sleep. I'm sleeping better now. I'm like 6.5. I'm trying to get most nights. It's getting better. It's still hard. I still have to work at it. I take the magnesium. I try and sleep in a dark room. I try and make sure it's cool. There's all these things. I got a whole video about sleep because that is a huge subject. I got this Whoop band. I got the new one. It's showing my rate of aging. Right now, the biggest problem with me is I don't sleep enough. And so it's literally shortening my life, and this is letting me know. I mean, I love all this data, and sometimes then it makes me worry more about it, right? So it's a little tricky. You gotta maneuver it all, but you gotta get your sleep fixed. And the last thing you need a brotherhood or a tribe or a group of guys. I'm not just talking about guys that you go and drink beer and watch football with. Yeah, they can be good too, but you need a group of guys that are gonna help you move forward, that are gonna call you out if you're eating junk all the time. Because you gotta think about it. You gotta start thinking about your kids and your wife and the mess you're gonna leave if you have a heart attack. Imagine you're, my age, 53 years old. Imagine if I didn't care or start to change the things that I didn't, and I was taking those heartburn pills that cause cancer now that they've shown. And I mean, they put these guys on these heartburn pills. I had that GERD, and they had me on the heartburn pills, and they work like a hot damn. I could still eat anything I wanted, but if I kept taking them, I was probably gonna get cancer. I mean, I was close to having throat cancer then. My throat was so inflamed. It was all red and raw, and I was eating Tums like I'd eat almost a container, 3/4 of a container of Tums a day. It was ridiculous. But I mean, you gotta remember these things, like the drug companies, that they just want you to take these drugs, but you don't want to take them. And I mean, when you get around guys that have the same, thoughts about health, and they want to move forward and they want to get in shape, it changes everything. You start to feel better. You got this camaraderie. And this is why, like, I have some gym bros and some guys. I mean, we're all kind of moving into the longevity space now. And it's not so much about the ego lifting and everything. And it took a long time to let all that go. But if you have a tribe, if you have a brotherhood, then you have the support. And I mean, that can make all the difference in being successful and not being, because you got to remember, your buddies that want you to drink beer every weekend, they do not want you to get into shape. Okay, listen. If you want to put all this together in a plan, if you need some help, if you want to join a brotherhood, if you want to hang out with me, I want to find out about you. I love helping guys. Drop me a comment, send me an email that says TRT. If you're one of these guys that's on TRT, but you didn't change anything else and you don't really know where to start, I mean, you got a list now. I just ran through the things, but if you want personalized help, drop a comment, send a message. And listen, remember guys, all the information is out there. Sometimes it's tricky to put together, but I can help you do that. I can help you fix things. No problem. I'm on my path. I'm coming across roadblocks all the time, but you always got to remember, you guys know what I say, every passing minute is a chance to turn it all around. It's never too late. I'll see you in the next one.